بسم الله والحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثم أما بعد. Today is the 9th day of Ramadan, and inshallah we will discuss hadith number 9 of the 40 Nawawi Hadith. Abu Hurairah Abdul Rahman ibn Sakhr, that's his name. Abu Hurairah, his name is Abdul Rahman ibn, the son of Sakhr. He narrated, he said, I heard the Prophet ﷺ saying, whatever I prohibited you from, then stop. Be prohibited. And whatever I command you to do, then do of that as much as you can, because the thing that destroyed the people before you is their unlimited amount of questions to their prophets, and there they divert away from that. The thing that destroyed the nations before you is that they asked their prophets too many questions, and then they end up doing or disobeying their prophets. And this hadith narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, we can learn so many things of this hadith. The Prophet ﷺ says, whatever I command you to do or whatever I prohibited you, there is a command and there is prohibition. So the Prophet ﷺ said, if I command you to do something, do from that as much as you can. So when he said, ﷺ, give sadaqah or do this or do that, the Prophet ﷺ said, do of that as much as you can. And he says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever I prohibited you from, do not do that. Do not do that, then don't do it at all. The difference between that. And then he says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because the destructions befall upon the nations before you because they asked their prophets too many questions, and then they end up not following what their prophets did. And this is hadith again narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, and this is an example of the people of Banu Israel when their Prophet Musa told them, Allah command you to slaughter a cow. So they didn't go and slaughter a cow. They raised so many questions, pointless questions. And that's why some people like that, they just ask questions for the sake of question. They do not ask the question for the sake of, to gain knowledge, for the sake of answer, for the sake of a good purpose. Rather, they just ask question because, they just want to talk. So the people of Banu Israel, when Allah told them to slaughter a cow, they said, what kind of cow is it? Then Allah told them it's like this. It's not old, it's not young, it's between. Then they said, what color is it? Then Allah told them, subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the Quran, it is a yellowish cow with a bright color to it. And then they didn't stop there. They said, can you tell us more detail of that? And they continue asking questions. And then after they got what they want, Allah gave them the answers to everything, they slaughtered the cow. So they end up being destroyed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being punished because, they did not just command or do what they were commanded to do. As Prophet Musa told them, فَفْعَلُوا مَا تُؤْمَرُونَ, do what you are told to do. But they did not. So some people actually just like to raise questions for the sake of questions, or for the sake of making it difficult for the person they are asking. So the Prophet ﷺ again says, whatever I prohibited you from, don't do it. Whatever I command you to do from that as much as you can, because destructions befall nations before you because of their too much questions to their prophet, and then their diversion, not following their prophet or their prophets. And this hadith narrated by Bukhari and Muslim. We ask Allah to make us of those who follow the Quran and the Sunnah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to free us from the hellfire. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala al-firdaus al-a'la. Allahumma atina fi dunya hasana wa fil akhirah hasana wa qina adhab an-nar wa walidina wal muslimin ajma'in. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.